Welcome back to the Legal Hour with attorney David Yardley. Hi David, how are you?
I'm good, Anthony. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I don't know if you noticed, but I couldn't say David Yardley together. My tongue kind of got in the way of pronouncing the name.
All right.
But anyway, today I don't have any questions for you because we got questions online.
Wonderful.
Yeah, they were
Wonderful.
posted on Facebook. The question we received is from George in Pasadena, and he had a car accident, and he wants to know if he should hire an attorney for his accident. He was rear-ended in the freeway, and so what do you think?
Did George have injuries?
Well, according to the email, he had some back injury and some, I guess, neck injury.
I would recommend, Anthony, anytime that a person is involved in an automobile accident and does have injury, that they retain an attorney to represent their interests. The reason being, there's so many components to a personal injury case. One, the car has to be repaired. Number two, the client will need medical care, attention, at least an evaluation. And then a settlement has to be reached with the other party's insurance company. And all of these things require experience from someone who's been involved in the personal injury field and who has dealt with insurance companies previously. So I would recommend it.
Okay. Plus, I think also, not to mention the fact that, you know, you're hurting and you're feeling depressed, stressed out, and dealing with phone calls and insurance companies and doctors and dealing with your car that, you know, you no longer have a car, so you have to figure out what you're going to drive to work.
You're absolutely right, Anthony. You have an adjuster, a property damage adjuster calling you. You have a medical pay adjuster calling you. You have a liability adjuster calling you from one or both insurance companies. And you're trying to deal with your injuries and perhaps having to take time off work to get to medical treatment. So it's just it's like a safety net to have an attorney handling these claims for you.
Now that you mentioned taking time off work, how do you deal with that? I mean, I need that paycheck. So if I'm not working, can that be incorporated into the lawsuit?
Yes, it can. Anthony, the basic elements of damages, we call them, in personal injury cases are, of course, compensation for your physical injuries, compensation for your emotional distress related to your physical injuries, and your lost time from work. You're entitled to be reasonably reimbursed for the time that you missed from work. Of course, you're entitled to get your car repaired to your satisfaction. And those are basically the elements of damages that you can recover.
So, based on everything that you share with us, it's very important to have an attorney.
I believe so.
Right.
And let me add that an attorney does charge a contingency fee in connection with the claim, and that would be based on the total settlement that the attorney negotiates for you for those damages we talked about, your personal injuries, your emotional distress, the property damage to your car, and of course your lost income from the case. Once the lawyer has all the information from the case and evaluates it, he'll send a demand letter to the insurance company, and then that will open the negotiation process. Once a final settlement is reached, then the attorney's contingency fee will be based on that final settlement. Generally speaking, it runs a third to 40%.
Okay.
Most lawyers will charge you a third of your total settlement if the case is settled prior to a lawsuit, and 40% once a lawsuit is filed, because the work basically triples once a lawsuit has to be filed. Most personal injury cases are settled before trial. So it's been my experience, Anthony, over the years that I'm generally capable of negotiating a settlement over and above what the client could have settled for himself, a sufficient amount that it covers my fees.
Right. The medical bills that obviously you're going to have a lot of medical bills if you hurt in the accident. Is that something that I have to pay out of my pocket, or is that something that can be negotiated with insurance, or how does that?
Very good question. Very good question. One of the benefits of the attorney's representation is that he will sign a lien with your doctor or doctors, and that lien will provide that the doctor will continue to treat you as long as you need treatment, so long as the attorney will pay the doctor out of the ultimate settlement. So the doctor's bill will be paid, and it will come out of the settlement that the attorney negotiates with the other insurance company.
So in reality, there is no worries. I mean, I hire an attorney. He'll help me with dealing with the medical bills, dealing with the car repairs, dealing with the insurance company, and I can be home recuperating.
Absolutely.
Great.
Summarized well.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing your time with us again.
Thank you.
And don't forget to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, post your questions if you have any questions on Facebook, or joining us here at the Legal Hour at the Venice Grind. And we're here every Saturday from 10 to 11. So we look forward in seeing your questions. We look forward in seeing you. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.